There we go. Good evening, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live right here on Mike Avery Outdoors. I'm going to make a little bit of a, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm playing around with a little bit of something just a little bit different. So give me a second here. I know. I should have done this before, but I didn't. So it is what it is, right? Oh, I know what I can. Well, we'll call it good. We'll call it good. We'll call that good right there, I think. Right? Yes, no, maybe. Yes. All right, pull my comments up. There we go. Good evening, Jason. How are you? Nice to have you along with us. Adam, always a pleasure. Jim says, Mike, what day is it? Nobody asked me this morning. So I went all day and I didn't know what day it was. It's hump day. There, we got that out of our system. Evening, Craig. How are you? Tim, you guys are making great progress there. Hello, Sean. What am I going to do here? I just don't like the looks. I think I got to put my camera on a little bit of a riser next time around. Now that looks like it's going this way. Jerry, how are you? Hi, Lori. Yes. Twice today. Hey, Dean. It's a good day. It's a good day indeed. The New Year hasn't been kind to me, so I missed a few of your podcasts. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Bernie. Hey, Brent, buddy, good evening. How are you? Joe, nice to have you along with us. Joe. Scott says the ice is very good on the bay unless you play in the hot ponds. Adam, I'm ready for turkey season too. Absolutely, I am ready for turkey season. Hey, Martin, nice to have you with us on this edition of Wednesday night. What is it with that shot right there? We're going to call it good. Even though it's a bad shot, we'll call it good for tonight. Saginaw River full of shanties. Lori has a couple of tickets for the Trinity dinner. Well, nobody else does. Lori, good for you. I didn't see the picture of it, but I heard about it. 14.5-pound walleye. That's getting big. That's getting big. Linda, always nice to see you. Dan, nice to have you along with us. Same with you, George. Appreciate it. I promise you, whatever's wrong with this shot, I will fix it next time. I just need to get my camera up a little bit. Tony, how are you? We had somebody cancel. Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, Lori, get in touch with Lisa at 989-662-4891, and she can get rid of those tickets for you. Absolutely. Turkeys everywhere. Randy, nice to have you with us as well. My name is Mike Avery. This is another edition of Wednesday Night Live because it's Wednesday night and I am live, and my name is Mike Avery. It's something I do every Wednesday night for the last 5 years or so. We haven't missed many. I mean, maybe just a couple. Yeah, those big perch look great, don't they? Those jumbos. Nice. True, Lori, true. There's like 30 people waiting for tickets right now, but they're not all going to get them, are they? And you've got 2 of them for sale. Of course, we're talking about the Trinity Monitor Wild Game Dinner coming up March 5th, Saturday, March 5th. Hey, Principal Karen, how are you? Karen, let me show you something. You know what that is, don't you, Karen? That's the it looks crooked, Linda. I appreciate you saying it. That is the QR code. If you and you can do this after the fact. But if you pick your phone up to that and you scan that with the camera on your phone, that will take you to the Trinity Monitor online auction site. Lori, I tell you what, anything we can find out about ahead of time would be great because these last minute things are going to be. We'll take them, but if we can find out about them ahead of time, that would be wonderful. Evening, Robert. How are you? Hello, Ted. Anyway, this is the QR code where it says "Scan me." If you scan that with your phone, it will take you to the online auction for Trinity Monitor. So even if you can't be there, you can be involved in our fundraiser for Trinity Monitor. Now, I wasn't going to put that out there tonight because there are some things that I would like to see added to the auction before I did that, only because some of our very nice outdoor related prizes aren't online yet. For example, the Detroit River walleye fishing trip with Captain Mark Bonanzak, the upland bird hunt with Lori and Brian, the shoulder mount from Linwood Beach Marina. Those things are not on there yet. The Dixie Wild Game Chef Dave Miner dinners, they're not on there yet. But I'll show you this again a little bit later. No, I didn't share it this morning. And I wasn't going to share it tonight, actually, because the people watching this, I think, are more interested in some of the other things rather than the wreaths and things that are up there now. So I show you that now. Not that there's anything on there that isn't a good prize or a good auction item, but we've got some really nice outdoor related auction items coming up. Chad, haven't seen you for a while, but I know it's been your busy time of year. How are you? Dan, nice to have you along with us as well. My name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. As I drink from my overpriced Yeti, but it's a Jay's 50th anniversary Yeti. Crystal Light for now. Maker's Mark soon. I cannot get over what Yeti is able to charge. You can buy an Ozark Mountain or whatever it's called at Walmart that'll do just as good as a Yeti. Sportsman's Quest checking in. Yeah, I bet I was in Saginaw the other day. Jim says, Mike, what day is it? What day is it? It's hump day. Evening, Johnny. How are you? Cliff, I will get to that here in a few minutes about who is on the radio show this week. Hello, Ed. Nice to have you along with us. Johnny will be hunting with us in Ohio next October. Ed will be hunting with us in Ohio next October. Lori will be hunting with us in Ohio. Where'd she go? Lori will be hunting with us in Ohio next October. Marlette checking in. Nice to have you with us, Mike. Let's see what's on my list here. I feel exceptionally scatterbrained tonight, which is not uncommon on a Wednesday night. First unconfirmed report of a dead skunk in the middle of the road. And we know what that means, don't we? What does a dead skunk in the middle of the road mean in Michigan? It means springtime's coming. It means Mother Nature is starting to turn the corner. The ultimate test, the ultimate sign will be when the red-winged blackbirds come back. And don't tell me it's when the robins come back, because all robins don't even leave. I've seen robins 12 months a year. And why do we have a bird that abandons us, for the most part, as our state bird? Why not have a bird like a cardinal or a blue jay or something, or a chickadee that stays here with us? A bird that takes off and leaves us and we make it a state bird? Tim says, same thing, dead skunk near Sanford on US 10. Did you see it, Tim? Did you see it? Jeremy says he still uses his old 1971 Coleman cooler. In metal, it's metal and it's 100 green and you can't go wrong. John says his roommate's grandpa said the same thing about the red-winged blackbirds. John, you are quoted in this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. Well, that too, Bernie says he thought it was when the geese come back in the backyard. That too. Chad says another month or so of working hard, booking 2022 new product orders, seeing dealers, then finally get to relax a little bit and turkey hunt and walleye fish. Excellent, Chad. And how's the response to those bear archery bows. Probably pretty good. I know you've got a big fan in Dave Thomas of Bowhunter Planet. He loves your products. He says they're one of the best, some of the best values out there. What's the first, John? Roscoe, not up north. Skunks are sleeping still. Yeah, but it won't be long. Spring peepers. Yeah, but spring peepers are late. Yeah, when you hear the spring peepers, it's hey Jim, how are you? It's way springtime. An excellent, a record year. I am so glad to hear that, Chad. So glad to hear that. Oh, being quoted in something, John. Well, what else? If you've been on the Facebook page, you have seen it's 65 in Georgia. There's a song in there somewhere, isn't there? 65 in Georgia. There's a song in there somewhere. Kirtland warbler for state bird. It's now an option for our non-game plate. Yeah, that would be all right. That would be all right. I just want something that stays here. I don't care if it's a turkey buzzard. Something that stays here. You've seen pictures of the big perch through the ice. You've seen pictures of the big walleye through the ice. It is a phenomenal ice fishing year. We've had some great ice. Ryan says, hey, Mr. Avery. Don't call me Mr. Avery, please. Great show last week. I like it when you talk to the DNR folks. A lot of people don't. Jerry, you're so late to the party on that. A lot of people don't, Ryan. In fact, I had some people call me out because they said the conservation officer I had on the show last week made a blatant mistake when he talked about needing a permit to go out on the ice. And to be honest with you, I forgot to follow up on it. Wild turkey for state bird. I'd take that. Dennis, nice to have you along with us as always. So some great ice fishing going on right now. 14.5-pound walleye out of Saginaw Bay. A lot of double-digit fish. I'd take a chickadee. Chickadee. I think a chickadee be a great state bird. They're friendly. Linda, who should know, said the wood frog is the first frog of the season. The peepers are later. See, and you didn't think you were going to learn anything when you came to Wednesday Night Live. Yeah, they sure are, because Bob Hines up there on Grand Traverse Bay, I posted a picture of two jumbos one of his customers was holding. And yes, they're getting some big fish. St. Joe River. I love the St. Joe. Scott says, Mike. What day is it? Hump day. DNR frog. Ringneck pheasant. But the ringneck can't be because it's not native to Michigan. Trent from Stockbridge. How you doing? Would it be legal to keep? I don't know, Tim. I didn't give it much of a thought. I just thought it was a cool video and didn't. I don't pretend to try to interpret the game laws. So we've got some fantastic walleye fishing on Saginaw Bay right now. The Yoop is producing some big walleye. Jumbo perch out of Grand Traverse Bay. Steelhead out of the West Michigan rivers. Saginaw River's full of walleye right now. What more can you ask for? Yeah, that kid with his first rabbit was awesome. Awesome. Hey, Julie, how are you? It is indeed hump day. They're from China, Ryan says. And what about the Sichuan bird that they tried to introduce? They thought it would take off. It never did. Oh, I'm going to post a picture tomorrow. I'm not going to try to pull it up right now. But for Throwback Thursday, it's been like 95, 2005, 2015. It's been like 35-ish years since they reintroduced moose to Michigan. And I have some excellent pictures out. I saw that, Brandon. I mean, I didn't see the fish. I heard about it. I was talking to Captain Jeff Godey on the radio show today, and he told me about it. I would love to see a picture. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Brandon, I would love to see a picture. I'd love to post it here on the Facebook page. So please, if you've got one, send it to me. Yeah, 35 minutes for the sturgeon spearing season on Black Lake. Also, looking at dates, I realized it's been 10 years, maybe 11 now, since I was in outdoor television. Sarasota, Florida, checking in. Levi, how are you? Nice to have you along with us. I'm not feeling the urge to go to Florida as bad as I was a couple of weeks ago when it was so cold. Sandhill flew over his farm this morning heading north, must have been lost. That is another another critter that we should have a season on. We should have a season on sandhill cranes. If there are so many sandhills that farmers are being issued crop damage permits to shoot those birds, but then they can't eat them. They got to leave them laying there. That is a shame. If we have so many sandhill cranes that the farmers are allowed to shoot them, we should have a sandhill crane season. Darryl Godin checking in. Darryl is a friend of mine from White River, Ontario. I met him while up there bear hunting with Pete Jones and Ron St. Louis. Darryl's running some wolf hunts. Darryl, did that guy get in touch with you? He said he was going to give you a call about coming up and doing a wolf hunt with you. Coyote bait, ribeye in the sky. Exactly. That's what I've heard too. The ribeye of the sky. Going to be cold and windy for our ice derby on Saturday. See, everybody's calling it the ribeye of the sky. I've never had it, but I hear it's very good. I've never had mountain lion either, but I hear that's also very good. Not yet. Okay. Well, he told me he was going to. So if a guy from Michigan calls and he said, I heard you on the Avery show, that's my guy. What else? Let me show you this once again. This is the QR code that if you scan this with your phone, it will take you to the online Trinity Monitor auction. Tickets are sold out for the Wild Game Dinner that is Saturday, March 5th. This year, we're doing something different in that our used to be, what would you call it, silent auction has actually been moved online to let more people take advantage of it. So if you scan that QR code right there with your phone, it will, or your iPad or whatever, it'll take you to the online auction. Now, I was going to wait a little bit to post it. I was waiting till we got more items on there. I was waiting until we got the Detroit River walleye fishing trip from Captain Mark Pananzak, the upland bird hunt from Brian and Lori. The wreck broadheads are up there now. A shoulder mount from Scott Keatsman of Linwood Taxidermy. The Linwood Beach Marina Launch Pass is up there. And I wanted to wait till we got some Wild Game Chef Dave Miner dinners up there. But what the heck? There it is. Right there. Right there. That's the QR code that if you scan that with your phone, it will take you. Oh, yeah, Bernie. You betcha. You betcha. And we're still accepting items. If you can, please don't wait and show up that night with something you want us to auction off. We'll take it, and we appreciate it. We appreciate any of your donations. But it's going to be a little bit of a logistical challenge for us. So if we can get those items ahead of time, that would be great. There is no maker's mark in this cup yet, but there will be. And everybody who has volunteered trips and items and so generous, so very, very generous. We appreciate it so much. So somebody asked me who's on the radio show this week. Seems like a good time to say so. Captain Paul Schlafly of Riverside Charters, riversidecharters.com, and Manistee talks about late winter, early spring steelhead fishing on the Manistee River. And then Carl Yiter of the Yiter Insurance Group joins me to answer the question that I hear every year. Is it true that if you drive your truck on the ice, your insurance is void? No, it's not true. Not true at all. You can take your truck on the ice and your insurance is not void. And then in hour number 2, Captain Jeff Godin of the Michigan experience. By the way, Paul donated a springtime salmon and trout fishing trip on Lake Michigan for our live auction. Captain Jeff Godin donated a day of walleye fishing on Saginaw Bay for our live auction as well. I had him on the show talking about ice fishing on Saginaw Bay, where to go, how to catch these fish. There's Deidre. There's Deidre. Deidre is like, I'm going to start calling her Saint Deidre. Deidre stepped in and she picked up this wild game dinner and auction, and she is the coordinator, and she's getting a lot of help, yes, but she is running this thing and just doing a great job. Deidre, you're doing a great job. By the way, there's the QR code to get in on the online auction. Hey, Mike, you making, what did we hear? Hey, Mike, you making or someone making it up for the hunt I donated, or how do you want me to do that? The way I set it up, Johnny, was that if somebody, and it's up to you though, man, if somebody has a bear tag for Newberry, you will provide baited baits in Newberry. If they don't have a bear tag, you'll give them a baited whitetail stand. Will I be coming up with them? No, because I'm going to come up on my own. Right? A saint is just a forgiven sinner. Amen to that, sister. Can I have somebody on the show to talk about how the pheasant planting on public land went last year? Sure. If I remember, Ryan, send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com to remind me. So Jeff Godin's on the show, and then Nick Green of MUCC. Our Ask Avery segment this week. I'll come back to it. In hour number 3, it's the Whitetail Whisperer, John Eberhardt, and then, of course, wild game chef Dave Miner. This week's Ask Avery segment, I got on this topic because John Callison of the CMU Bass Fishing Club asked me what I use to edit my videos, and I said Final Cut Pro. And then I got thinking, you know what? I will, I'm no longer in outdoor television, but I still have some, I guess it would be a stretch to call it expertise, but I have 40 years of experience in it, so I figure I know what I'm talking about a little bit. So I put together some tips on how to shoot your own outdoor video. Going through them here real quick. It is easier today than ever before. No longer do you need a $70,000 camera, 25 pounds sitting on this shoulder, and a $20,000 recorder off your other shoulder. You can use your phone. 90% of the video I shoot today is shot on the iPhone that I'm using right now as a camera for this Wednesday Night Live. They shoot phenomenal quality video. Phenomenal. What you're trying to do is tell a story. That's the goal. You're telling story with video. Here's the one thing that sets a quality video away from a TikTok goofy video. If you are serious about shooting video and want to make it look as good, if not professional, but as much quality as you can, shoot it in a horizontal format like this is being shot right now. When you hold your phone this way, up and down, that is amateur right off the bat. That's for TikTok. That's for Instagram, whatever. If you are serious about shooting video, turn your phone horizontally and shoot it in a wider format. GoPros are great. Tacticams are great, but do not expect with your phone, a GoPro or a Tacticam to sit in your tree stand and be able to zoom into a whitetail 30 yards away and get good video of it. You won't. For that, you're going to need an additional camera. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can go to Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, and buy yourself a cheap Sony Handycam. Couple $100, as long as it shoots in high def, say 1080p, unless your shot is crooked like mine is right now, which is driving me crazy. So thank you so much, Linda, for pointing that out. When you buy a video camera, look for the longest optical zoom you can get, not digital. Some of these will say they have 100 times or 100 power digital zoom. You don't want that. You want the longest optical zoom you can get. 10 is okay. 12 is okay. 15 is great. 20 is better. And then finally, you're going to have to edit it with something. I use Final Cut Pro because I've used it since I was doing a TV show. iMovie is cheap, does a great job. There's also something called Lightworks that is cheap. It's free. So some of my tips for shooting better outdoor video. Martin's got a Sony Handycam. They do a great job, don't they? I'm a Canon guy. I like Canon cameras, but Sony's great. David, good evening. How are you? David, do you hang around? I got a mental block on Johnny's favorite watering hole. Do you hang around there too, David? Johnny wants to take me in there, but I'm afraid of going because I know if I go in there, I'll never come out. DaVinci Resolve is a great free program as well. Thank you, Michigan Show. Appreciate that. Adobe Premiere is another good one. Yes, Martin, appreciate that as well. See, it's easier than ever, and it's cheaper than ever to produce quality video. And now the really cool thing is you no longer need a TV station, a TV studio, or a TV network to get your video out there. You can post it on Facebook. You can post it on YouTube and still Andy's. Yes, thank you, Andy's. And post it on YouTube and grow an audience that way. It's a great time to be doing this. Battery life on what, Edgar? Battery life is a concern, but I'm telling you what, today's batteries are so much better. That's a battery. Well, right here. Here's a GoPro. This is the battery that goes in a GoPro. This will last longer than any professional video camera I ever used in the past. This is a battery that goes on my, well, here we go. Here's the camera I use as my main camera when I want to zoom into something. Vixia HG30. This was like, I don't know, $1,000 when I bought it. But this battery on this thing will last forever. I mean, a day, 12 hours. We have tools and technology now like never before. It is an extraordinarily exciting time to expand on good videos to have good audio. Here's a dirty little secret, and Tim just brought this up. Another key to being a professional or a good quality video is your audio is actually more important than your video. And try this experiment. If you close your eyes and listen to a TV show, if the audio is good, you can still follow it. If you open your eyes and watch this and the audio is for crap and you can't tell what's being said, it's worthless. So high quality, clear, non-distorted audio is equally as important, if not more so, than the video. Thank you, Tim, for bringing that up. Not Tim Roller, who says, amen, stay away from TV. Amen. There is no reason for anybody to pay the exorbitant rates of the Outdoor Channel or the Sportsman's Channel at all. None, in my opinion. Put your video online, save your money, grow your audience that way. Don't pay to grow it. Well, the cold is a battery killer, but still, it's all a matter of perspective. I grew up using batteries that were this big, and they lasted about 20 minutes. What is going on with these lights? This big, and they lasted 20 minutes. So when I can see a battery like this, and it'll last me for 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, I don't complain too much about the cold. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit there, Tim. He says, buy a mic, don't use the mic on your device. I use the mic. Oh my gosh. Can't talk to you right now, hon. I use a mic on my iPhone, and I use a mic on this to shoot a lot of audio in the field, a lot. The only time I use other mics like this are when I go into the studio and record the voiceovers for my video. So I think you can get away. I mean, yeah, you don't want to use a crappy mic, but you know, I don't care if the meeting about the audio wasn't very good. Audio is doing. I don't care for when the meeting about the wolf hunt was held. Yeah, audio is. Let me pull up a text. Let me send a quick text here. Sorry. Didn't know I had to hold my mouth open when I sent a text, did you? Well, I do. So anyway, it's back to my point of there's Scott. Somebody on PBS you want to watch. Name isn't Kyle Randall, is it? Because I don't know why anybody would want to watch him. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. And I'm sorry I did. But I just know that when some people start TV shows and they use my show as an example of a poor show and how they're going to do so much better, it kind of sticks in my craw. Oh, Scott, I want to talk to you about this. Scott, if you want to set up a display in the lobby of the Wild Game Dinner on Saturday, March 5th, feel free to. We've got room because a lot of these auction items are not there now as a silent auction. It's online. So we've got room. If you want to set a few mounts up, feel free. GN back in the day, no doubt about that. Windsock helps. I don't call it a windsock. I call it a windscreen, but yeah. It's hump day. DT says it's hump day. Right back at you. He probably. Yeah. Oh, don't let your folks see that, Aditya. They'll think I'm an absolute idiot. Trent, good evening. How are you? Nice to have you along with us on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Regardless, I mean, the main thing about doing video is just go do it. You will learn as you do it. You will get better as you do it. You will learn. Everybody's got their own style, and you will learn your style as you spend more time. But you can't learn it if you don't get out and do it. And again, I'll go back to this. You have a device in your pocket or in your hand right now, being your phone, that will shoot better quality video and higher quality audio than anything that I ever put on the air when I was working as a newscaster and broadcast TV. You have free editing software you can use. There is no reason, if you are interested in this, there is no reason. Just let us know, Scott. Just let us know. There's no reason not to do it. And this is the best time ever to do it. No giveaway tonight, Linda. Nothing tonight. Free fishing weekend coming up, Stu says. Howdy, Robert. How are you? Nice to have you along with us once again on Wednesday Night Live. Let me check my text here, make sure. Okay, didn't get a response. All right. Bob Hines says Grand Traverse Bay was on fire today for the big jumbos. He would know. Oh, what else? Hey, I recorded an Angler Quest podcast today with a guy named Mike Galt. He is a striper fisherman down on Lake Murray in South Carolina and a very cool guy. And he tells the story of catching, 20, 30-pound stripers, 50, 60-pound catfish. He invited me to come down. That does sound like a lot of fun. Oh, interesting. Darryl says they're going to try to get some drone footage of the wolves. Oh, and that brings up another point, Darryl. Thank you for that. Aside from these GoPros and cell cameras, drones. Oh my gosh, where's my drone? Hold on. These things right here will allow you to take your video to a new level. An absolute new level. These also shoot high def video, and you can get shots with these that you used to have to use a helicopter to get. And this, I think, was like $300. Again, the tools, the technology, the toys, the outlets, the avenues for distribution, being social media and online, are like I've never seen before. All right, Johnny, have a good evening. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being along with us, and thanks again for that. And I will look forward, Darryl, to seeing the drone video of the wolves. Very, very cool. Trent caught a 33-inch pike today. Excellent. DJ Mini, you got it. DJ Mini. I listen, for what little bit I use of it, I can't justify spending more. I can justify spending a lot of money on a high-end iPhone because I use it constantly. But drone, I can get by with a cheap one. What else? Lake Murray is an awesome, Captain Todd says Lake Murray is an awesome fishery. It sounds like it. All right, so one more time, what is this? That is the QR code that you can use. You can scan it again with your phone to become a part of the online auction for the fundraiser for Trinity Monitor. You will not be able to enjoy the live auction and the dinner because that's sold out. But if you want to be a part of the celebration, a part of the event, if you want to get a good price on some great items, there's your option right there. You can click on that. It'll take you to the auction site. We are still populating the list of auction items, and there are several more, if not many more, very good outdoor related auction items on there. So when you get on there and you see some wreaths, which are beautiful, I'm not knocking wreaths. My wife has them on the front door all the time. She changes them out as the seasons go on. But you, as an outdoor enthusiast, are probably not going to that auction site to buy a new wreath for your front door. You have other things in mind. There are some on there now, but we will be adding more, well, probably right up until the time the Wild Game Dinner happens. You have until Saturday night, March 5th at 7 o'clock to use that QR code and bid on those items. Deidre says you may start bidding now. Oh, here we go. Jeff says, big power issues on the west side of Midland might have been why your lights messed up a while back. Just heard on the scanner from Gladwin County. That probably is. I'm on the east side of town, but I bet you that's it, Jeff. Thank you. Deidre says you may start bidding now, and you can bid until 7 o'clock on the 5th. And again, more outdoor related auction items are coming. Hey, Gene, how are things at Apex? Did you start building my Angler Quest yet? All right. I think. All right, Darryl, have a good night. Deidre says, Saint Deidre, keeper of all knowledge when it comes to the Trinity Monitor Wild Game Dinner and Auction, says there are at least 25 more items coming, and that's what she knows. That's what she knows of now, adding more daily. So keep an eye on that. If there's something if you don't see something you're interested in, keep looking. Keep coming back there. Jack said, I thought YouTube was broke. You were watching, though. All right, my friends, let me get back to where I was here. Okay. Need to know the pontoon number. Yeah, you guys haven't started to build it yet. Scott says, wait till you see Dave's menu. Oh, Deidre. Scott Keatsman of Linwood Taxidermy says he may well take us up on the offer to set up some mounts out in the lobby. Lori, if you want to set up something out there too, you're welcome to. I think VersaSkins is coming up, and that's another thing, another item we don't have on the online auction yet. I think VersaSkins is going to give us some hunting clothes, so we'll add those to the auction as well. All right. Anyways, yeah, the menu is great. Our uninspected meat, also called our wild game, it's coming together. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap this up about 5 minutes early tonight because I'm just blathering at this point. I have nothing more to say, except for Thank you for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Do not hesitate to reach out to me on the email address, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. Check out the website, mikeaveryoutdoors.com. And thank you for joining me on this edition of Wednesday